So he asks that he has a message from a 10-year-old, and he asks me what is the secret to be able to have such a broad audience, you know, from old people to young people. And my answer to that is that there is no secret. You know, I think if there's something that I've learned doing this for 20 years, this year it's my 20th year, and it's been a blessing how a lot of people are getting to know me now through Despacito, because it's a song that, although it's in Spanish, my music has always been in Spanish, and although it's in Spanish, it was able to break the language barrier. And a lot of people say, well, you know, you waited 19 years to do the crossover, and my answer to that is, I didn't do a crossover. I just sang another song in Spanish, but it was, you know, so powerful that it was able to really just bind and unite cultures and countries and borders and languages. So I'm really grateful for that. I don't know what it is sometimes that you're able to speak to a broad audience, to little kids, to the parents, and sometimes to the grandparents. That's something that I love. I think a lot of it has to do with the positive message that I bring through my music. You know, most of my songs are love songs, they're positive songs. Some songs are a little bit more sensual than others, but they never cross that line, and they never become too strong, or they never become vulgar. And I think that's something, to me, very important, to always have a positive image, to always inspire little kids. You know, I was a little kid, you know, that just, you know, my dream was always to be a singer, and I studied music, and ever since I was a little kid, I played the guitar, and I sang in chorus, and I went through all the way to college to study music. So I was that little kid that would go to the concerts and that would always dream. So I know that there's a lot of little kids out there who also have that dream, and if I can be an inspiration to them, then that's important for me. So if that's the secret, then maybe, you know, if that's the answer, maybe that's the secret. I'll be very brief, because, you know, we're not here to talk politics. We're here to talk music and love and unity, and that's exactly what we don't have right now in the United States. I don't agree with what's going on. I think a leader should unite people and should inspire people, and I think that there are a lot of amazing families who migrate to the United States in search of dreams, in search of a better life. And to see the images that we've all seen of little kids separated from the parents makes me angry, makes me hurt. And I've spoken up. I've used my social media to, you know, just to sort of just let the world know that I don't agree with that. I think there's got to be a better way. I don't know what that way is, because I'm not a politician. I just write songs and sing them. But there's got to be a better way to deal with this. And right now, you know, I don't think they're doing it. So they fixed some things already, but there's a long road to travel. Yeah, you know, like we said, it's been an amazing ride with Despacito, with Échame la Culpa, the song that I did with Demi Lovato, and I just released my new song called Calypso, which is doing amazing worldwide as well. These three songs, you know, the remix, Échame la Culpa and Calypso, are bilingual, are songs that, you know, mix, obviously, languages, but, you know, we're able to kind of cover, you know, the world through music, and hopefully bring people in to want to get to know me a little bit more, and to maybe want to learn a little bit of whether it's Spanish or English. It's fun to go to Latin countries and listen to people sing, for example, Demi's part in English, and they don't speak English, and they learn the lyrics, and vice versa, you know, to go into different countries and have them kind of learn, you know, the Spanish, and what does Despacito mean, and, you know. So I think that's a beautiful thing, to be able to unite. And yes, I would love to collaborate with all kinds of artists. That's one of the things that I love the most about music. It's always about uniting forces, and the moment that we're living right now is a good one, because the instinct is to collaborate, whereas before, I think people were a little bit more jealous and more protective of their careers. Artists were I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but like 20, 30 years ago, you didn't hear as many collaborations. You know, they didn't want to share the spotlight. And now everybody wants to share the spotlight. Everybody wants to mix languages and cultures and genres. So I would love that. I did taste the tea. I just landed. I literally just landed. I did have lunch in the hotel, and I had amazing hotel food. And it was good, and I did taste the tea. That, you know, it's one of those things that you have to taste, and it was. I'm not a tea guy, and I loved it. So I'm very excited to be able to perform here for the first time. You know, I always say that you never forget the first time. You know, the first time is always something that gets engraved in your heart, in your brain, in your soul, and to be able to do it in such a big stage it's huge. So I hope that it's the beginning of a beautiful relationship. I hope that everybody leaves the show tonight wanting to hear more, and that I can come back, you know, very soon. And unfortunately, I have to leave right after the show because I'm in the middle of a beautiful but crazy tour. So I won't get to see a lot, but I'll be back. I have a friend who always invites me, Rضوان. I'm sure you guys know him. He's a good guy, an amazing musician, and he's always invited me to come back and work with him. So I'm sure you guys will see me back.
ما تنساش تابونا في لاشين وتأكد بالجرس باش يوصلك جديد الفيديوهات من هيسبريس.